there weren't 1,000 million trillion makeup tutorials that were being posted every day. I don't want to come across as an absolute TikTok hater, even though it is the bane of my existence. I'm actually very upset that the most popular platform today is literal trash. Full disclosure, I don't really get on TikTok. I might get on TikTok like once a month just to watch ASMR videos, but more often than not, I feel very disappointed and upset with what I find on TikTok, so I stay away from that platform. That's not necessarily what today's video is about. I don't want to come off as a conspiracy theorist. I don't want to come across as an absolute TikTok hater, even though it is the bane of my existence. But I did want to make a video like this for a while now. I'm not really sure if I have it in me to convey justice to the topic. It's in my head, but I'm definitely going to try. When I was little and I decided that I did want to be a content creator, when I decided that this was my dream job, I didn't ask to be a one-person in-house marketing agency. And I feel like a lot of younger people nowadays are being misled, misguided, and tricked into thinking that unboxing little things in jars is fun. They think that it's the point of life, when they're at an age that is way younger than is necessary to buy half of these products. Essentially, I just want to say that at the end of your life, you're gonna be thought about in more ways than just how your makeup looked. At least that's the goal of life, to leave a legacy that is more than just surface level, and I think that a lot of kids these days are missing that point completely. I never want to be a person who tries to direct people to doing things the one right way, because I don't necessarily believe that, but there are a lot of ways in life where you can be completely misled, and I'm worried about younger kids these days because of TikTok and because of the influencers that are on TikTok. And if TikTok did disappear, I'm sure that a lot of those influencers would just move to a different platform and still push over consumerism in the same way that they are now. I am not trying to dismiss the fact that your skin can be a burden on your mental health. I know that a lot of people struggle with serious and severe skin issues, so obviously doing research into different products that can help you with your problems, that's not necessarily a crime. That's not something that you should avoid. If you have that problem, then by all means, I understand that that would be on your mind. What I am talking about is glorifying these people who unbox little boxes and make exaggerated facial expressions and act like that is the goal or the point of life, because it's not. The point of life is to live a well-rounded, balanced life. You can't just focus on outward appearances all the time and pretend like everything's fine, because that's gonna leave other areas of your life in ruins. I'm not saying that I am completely immune to consumerism. My consumerism is a little bit different. I like to feel like I'm supporting small businesses that are creative in spirit. I love jewelry. I love one-of-a-kind jewelry. If I'm on Etsy, it is probably dangerous to my finances. So I'm not saying that I'm completely immune, but at the same time, I don't want to support products that look like they come out of factories. And I know that with makeup and skincare, you can be creative and skincare can be beneficial for you. But if you buy too much of it, the more you have of a product in excess, the less it actually is meaningful in your life. That's all I'm saying. When I wanted to be a content creator, it was because I saw people who were a little bit older than me in their early 20s living life, documenting their lives, actually going places, socializing, and having fun. For me, I was in an area where I felt like I didn't fit in, and watching these people, a lot of them did happen to be overseas. I felt like I never really fit in with the culture of where I was born. Are we surprised? But it was more than just shallow ways to live life. They were not really pushing products. I mean, a lot of them had merch stores. Some of them did sponsorships, but it wasn't like it is today. It was the early 2000s and the early 2010s. It was YouTube. It was glorified, yes, but it wasn't completely based on consumerism. There weren't 1,000 million trillion makeup tutorials that were being posted every day. I think that the main gist of this video is just trying to say that your life and your person is so much more than what is on your face and your body. And I feel like a lot of influencers these days are completely missing the mark on documenting their lives wholly and realistically. I don't like how that is affecting the younger generation. Honestly, I do feel sorry for them, and I roll my eyes when I say that because I used to get so upset when older people said that about my generation. But the thing is, it's not necessarily about being on devices all the time. That's not necessarily what I have a problem with. What I do have a problem with is the focus on consumerism. You shouldn't want to collect little bottles full of different liquids. The goal of life should be to leave a legacy. And even if you wanted to be a model or a makeup artist, hopefully you would find another purpose for your life, another cause for your life that you could stand behind so that people don't just talk about you in terms of your career. Or so that people don't question your morality outside of being good at makeup. Honestly, I think that I could talk about this topic and issues related to this topic for hours, but I don't want to do that right now. I could make other videos related to this topic. If you'd like to request specific topics related to consumerism, you can comment them down below, and I might make a video about that. Anyway, stay beautiful, but understand that your legacy is more than what you look like.